What's going on, YouTube? Gonna sit here for a little bit and just want to talk about what to bring with you on your trainer's truck. Now, when you come to Swift will, when you go to orientation, I believe in the email they send you, Swift will send you a packing list on what to bring. The packing list is fairly accurate. If you bring exactly what's on the packing list, you'll be fine. There's not going to be too much more you're going to need. I believe on the packing list it suggests a sleeping bag. Now, I keep the plastic on my bottom mattress just because different people driving in the truck with me, sleeping on the mattress. Now, if you get a sleeping bag, especially when you're team driving, you'll be moving around a little bit with the sleeping bag on the plastic. Now, you'll be using the bunk net, so you're not going to fall off the bed, but it's just a little weird moving around a little bit while you're sleeping. So I suggest just bringing a sheet, a nice comforter, and a pillow. But if it has to do with, if you don't have those things and you're trying to be frugal, then a cheap sleeping bag will do just fine. But you want to get one that is going to kind of keep you warm depending on when you're training. If you're training in the wintertime, you're going to want to get a sleeping bag rated for wintertime. You're not going to want to get, you know, a sleeping bag that's not going to keep you warm, because you're gonna want to get a good night's sleep. Now, I'll run down what I think you need or what I suggest you bring, and I don't have anything written down. I'm just going on top of my head. So, like I said, you're gonna want a sheet, a comforter, and a pillow. You're also going to want to bring hygiene products. Now, I don't recommend bringing the full-size bottles of all your hygiene products. I would buy the travel size or the size in between full-size, travel size, I guess they call it the value size or something, of the mouthwash, toothpaste, body wash, shampoo, conditioner. Just because if you can buy the smaller bottles while you're training, it's going to save room to allow you to put more of your stuff out. And you can put those hygiene products somewhere small and kind of out of the way. Other than sleeping and hygiene products, you're going to want to bring a pair of gloves. This isn't 100% important to bring on your first day. You can always buy them when you go to your first fuel stop at the truck stop, or you can pick them up at Walmart after you're on the truck. You're gonna want to get a flashlight. A flashlight is super important, and it's more important than just being able to look at your truck at night. The thing that I mainly use my flashlight for is to check my kingpin is secured. That the locking jaws are secured around the kingpin. That was crazy, but I use a flashlight to make sure my locking jaws are secured around my kingpin. Now, I do this every time I hook up to a trailer, every time I do my pre-trip. The reasons why is because the moment you don't check that kingpin to make sure those locking jaws are locked, you're gonna lose your trailer. I know this because this happened to me. Thankfully, I was able to save it. I don't, when I pull out of a spot after I hook up the trailer, I don't pull out like I'm not trying to grab 5 gears by the time I start making my turn to leave the spot. I just put it in second gear, second gear, and I just ease on out. Now, what happened was I was easing on out, started to make my left turn, and the trailer dropped on my tires. Now, I did my tug test. I pulled really hard on it. I was in a hurry. I just delivered a load. I had to get to where I was picking up a load, and I had to hurry up because it wasn't a lot of time. Ever since that day, I no longer rush. I'll move fast, but I will check everything. So a flashlight's very important. And I wouldn't use the one on your phone, though it can work, because you don't want to drop your phone and crack it. I mean, that's just a super expensive flashlight to be using. So just buy a cheap one. Doesn't have to be super great. You just got to be able to see those locking jaws at night. And then it is good for looking at your trailer at night as you're inspecting things. So other than the flashlight, when you get your gloves, they don't have to be fancy, super expensive gloves. They can just be some cheap gloves to start out with, so you can fuel and keep the fuel off your hands and do your pre-trips. So you're going to want to bring, obviously, clothes with you as well. Now, the clothes you're going to want to bring, you're not going to want to bring your entire wardrobe unless your wardrobe is only a few pairs of pants, a few pairs of shirts, and whatever else. But if you've got like 60 pairs of pants and shorts and 100 shirts, and don't bring all that with you. It's just not necessary. You're going to want to bring just enough clothes to get you through 1 week. 1 week of our week, so 8 days. So enough clothes to get you through 8 days. Then normally on that 8th day, 9th day, I stop for a couple hours and I do laundry. I'll throw all my clothes, do my laundry. It takes a couple hours, whether I'm shut down on a 10-hour break or there's a few hours in between pickups. Just do laundry then, and then I got clothes again for another week. You're gonna want to bring extra socks, extra underwear. The reason being is you can't always stop every day for a shower. It just depends on the load you have, how things are running. Now, I stop every other day regardless and take a shower. That's my goal, is every other day. So if I take a shower on Monday night, sometime Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, I'm stopping so we can take a shower. A lot of it depends on the loads you have, your hours of service. It's just what's going on. Sometimes you can stop every day and take a shower, and that's nice when you can do that. But that's what the extra socks and the extra underwear are going to be for, is for the days that in between you can't. You can change those and you'll still feel pretty decent. You're also going to want to bring some baby wipes. I'm not going to go into too much detail why you're going to want to bring the baby wipes, but you're just going to want to be able to stay clean longer. So you can, I'll go into a little bit of detail. So you can wash your face, wash your hands, and you can stay clean in the bathroom. You're gonna want to bring like a travel size bottle, like baby powder. The reason for the baby powder is you can put it in your shoes to keep your shoes from smelling too bad. You can use it on yourself. Again, these are just small things that kind of help stay clean in between the days that we don't take showers. Even the days that we do take showers, it's still nice to put some powder. Now, the baby powder and the baby wipes, not 100% necessary. If you don't have it, you don't want to get it, that's up to you. Just a little tips that I would suggest. I keep a lot of Germ-X on the truck, so if you're worried about hand sanitizer, I wouldn't worry about getting it on my truck, but I keep a lot of it on hand. I've got like 2 or 3 big bottles of it, so I've got plenty of that. And then anything else that you might need yourself. So if you're on medication that's approved through DOT and all that, then obviously bring your medication. Make sure you have everything that, you know, if you're required to have a CPAP machine, make sure you have your CPAP machine. Things that you legally have to have with you on the truck while you're on the truck as a driver, bring it with you. Your mentor can't say anything about it because you legally have to have it. Other than that, I think that's pretty much everything. I know I'm probably leaving out some things. Shoes. When it comes to shoes, definitely try to bring at least 2 pairs of shoes. Now, it could be a pair of boots and a pair of tennis shoes, or a couple pairs of tennis shoes. You're gonna want to bring shower shoes for the shower, so your feet aren't touching the bare shower floor. You get a lot of nasty foot diseases if you don't wear shower shoes in the showers. I have 2 pairs of shoes. I have 2 pairs of tennis shoes, and I just change them out. That way, I'm not wearing 1 pair every single day, and they're not gonna get super filthy or super stinky and worn in. You're also gonna want to bring, other than the shower shoes, you're gonna want to bring a towel for showers. You can maybe 2 towels. You can use the truck stop towels that are provided at the truck stop. That's definitely at your own discretion. But at the terminal, they don't provide towels for us to use. So you're definitely gonna need your own towel when we go to the terminals and we're at a terminal dropping a load, or we're doing a 10-hour break, or we have to do a reset because we don't have any hours. Whatever the case may be, while we're at a terminal and you want to take a shower, you definitely want to make sure you have that towel with you so you can take a shower. So just make sure you have all the bare necessities: sleeping gear, hygiene, as far as hair, body wash, your toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, just everything that you would need to live on if you were away from home, basically, for a good 7-8 days. And then every week we'll refresh those clothes and stuff in the laundry and start all over. You're only going to be on your trainer's truck for 3.5 to 4 weeks, depending on that's at Swift. That's not, I don't know about other companies, but at Swift it's typically 3.5 to 4 weeks. Just really depends on the student and how well they can adapt to the new job and lifestyle of driving a truck over the road. Now, the way Swift does their training is, if you're a brand new driver, you're gonna get 200 hours. And that 200 hours is all behind the wheel driving. So for every hour you're driving behind the wheel, after you get 200 of those hours, then you're gonna upgrade. Generally, you're gonna get a little bit more than 200 hours. You're probably gonna get 205 or 206, maybe 210 hours, just depending on how quick you can get by a terminal after that 200 hours. Unless your mentor is good enough or able enough to time it exactly right when you get to the terminal at your 200-hour mark. Because you definitely want to be able to go solo and upgrade as soon as your hours are done so you can make more money. It's the whole reason why everyone's out here is to make money. They're not out here to just, you know, mess around. But if there's something small that you think that you need personally, you know, just bring it. Just know the more stuff that you bring, the less room that you're going to have to be able to move around in the truck with. So you bring too much stuff. I've had students, had a lot of students just bring, I don't say a lot, but a good portion of the students bring just way too much stuff. And once you use up all your space to put your stuff at, the rest of that stuff is gonna go on the top bunk where you're gonna be sleeping when we're solo, or we're just down somewhere for a reset. You're gonna be on the top bunk having to sleep with all that stuff. So it's not gonna go on the bottom bunk. It's not gonna go anywhere else besides on the top bunk. So just be mindful of how much you're bringing. You know, I understand the whole saying of you rather have it than not need it, than holy shit, than need it and not have it. But just be mindful. Just know you're getting on somebody else's truck. More than likely at Swift, not more than likely, but there's a really good possibility, especially at Swift, that you're going to be getting on a lease operator's truck or an owner operator's truck. Now they're paying for that truck, so they're going to be a lot more particular than a company driver will be, because it's their truck, they're paying for it. So just be mindful of that and know that it's more than likely going to be their truck that they're paying for. So as a company driver, I'm still particular about the truck because I am responsible for the truck, but not as much as I would be as if I was paying for the truck. Not saying that I destroy my company truck, because I don't. I keep it clean. I like hand waxing my truck and polishing the aluminum on it and keeping the inside real clean, and I like doing that. That's just what I like doing. But I try to make the students as comfortable as possible getting on the truck, because it is a new environment and it's not easy. Just, you know, you already went to CDO school, probably bunked in a hotel room with at least one other person that you don't know. You know, you might have changed roommates through CDO school. I know I had 2 or 3 roommates through CDO school, because the first guy I was with, he after 3 or 4 days left or got kicked out, I don't know. The second guy I was with was only there for a week for like a refresher course. Then the last week I had another guy, and then that was it. So then you're going to be going to orientation, where at Swift you're going to be, unless you have your wife with you or somebody with you that may be going on a trainer's truck too, then I'm sure they'll bunk you guys together. Not really 100% sure on that, but you're going to be with somebody else in a hotel room at orientation, unless you get extremely lucky and you're just in that room by yourself. I was extremely lucky at the orientation, and I was the odd man out, so I got my own room, so that was very nice. But so basically, you're just going to be with people you don't know for probably a good 2 or 3 months when you very first start trucking. So I try to take that into consideration and try to make the transition to my truck for my students as smooth and comfortable as possible, as far as putting their stuff on the truck, getting to know them, getting everything organized. Because as a mentor, you got to be able to learn every student, understand every student fairly quickly, and kind of judge their body language when you say stuff, or the reactions when you know, some people are very particular how they have their stuff set up. They don't like being told where to put their stuff. You know, I don't care where you put your stuff on your side of the truck in your cubby holes. You can organize that spot however you want. If you want everything lined up in alphabetical order, stacked in a certain way, if you got that OCD, go for it. I don't care. Just keep it in your designated spots. So that's pretty much it. That's my take on what you should bring, what it's like getting on the trainer's truck. When you get one more thing, when you get on your trainer's truck, you're not gonna just be meeting them for the first time like that day. I mean, well, physically, maybe, but you should have already had a phone call. Either you called your mentor called you, and you guys should have at least been able to talk for a few minutes and kind of fill each other out verbally while you're on the phone, to kind of break the ice a little bit. That's when any questions you may have about what you're bringing, what you should leave behind, what you're not bringing, or his concerns or her concerns that they may express to you, is all going to be dealt with right there. So you're going to kind of have like a chance to ask any questions directly to your mentor before you even get on their truck. Now, every mentor runs their truck differently. Every mentor gives their student a certain amount of space in every truck differently. Every mentor is going to want their students to have something different. So I can't think off the top of my head what it is, but just everyone is different. Everyone trains differently. And if you get a shitty mentor, mentor, I had a shitty mentor. This guy didn't teach me to back. He just didn't. He taught me how to drive and do the Qualcomm, and we just ran. And that's all we did. But if you get a shitty mentor, don't stay quiet. Don't yell at him. Don't cuss at him or her. Just contact Swift. Let them know, like, this person isn't teaching me anything. They're not doing anything. You know, the truck's extremely dirty. They don't shower. They smell all the time, or whatever it is. Just let Swift know. We don't need shitty mentors. We don't need bad mentors. We don't need mentors out here just doing it for the money. I don't do it just for the money, because the money alone to me is not worth it. I do it because I totally enjoy it, and I enjoy helping drivers have the best successful first year they can, because the first year is just hard. It's a little bit easier now because the pay's up, so you're making a little bit more money. So on that aspect, it's definitely a little bit easier. But when I first started, like 5 years ago at Swift, I was making 25 cents a mile. So I had to run 3,000 miles just to bring home, after taxes, like $600 or 500 something. I forgot what it was, but it wasn't a lot. Now they're starting year out at, like, I want to say, I was told by other students it was like 33 cents a mile or something, or 34 cents a mile, which is pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. So if you have a crappy, shitty mentor, report them. Call, let them know, because you may not have been the first student to report them, but there's only one report, so there's nothing to validate that they're a shitty mentor. So you call, you report them, whatever's going on that you think isn't good, let Swift know. And if you're the second or third report on that mentor, they're gonna pull you off the truck, more than likely suspend that mentorship pending investigation, or if it's serious enough, they're just gonna not let that trainer train again. So definitely report things that you deem to be unsafe. Just if they're not training you, if they're not teaching you, if you ask questions and they get upset and you know they're having an attitude, just report them. That's it. So I hope this video helped you guys. I hope you got something out of this. I wanted to put out good, solid content. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Like this video. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to start doing videos a lot more often instead of a few weeks in between. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching.